Hello, fellow travelers and Japanese culture enthusiasts. Welcome to our journey through the wild world of Japanese ladies and the complicated romance and relationships. Join us as we explore 18 jaw-dropping facts that will leave you laughing, learning, and maybe even a little bit confused. First off, let's introduce ourselves. We are Euthania Travels, your friendly neighborhood tour guide to all things Japanese and humorous. We've got our passports, our curiosity, and our sense of humor packed and ready to go, so let's dive in. Our first stop is the crazy world of Japanese dating culture. Get ready for some head-scratching moments as we explore the ins and outs of Japanese dating etiquette. From the notoriously awkward Go-Kon group dates to the subtle nuances of gift-giving and Valentine's Day, navigating the dating scene in Japan is like playing a game of blindfolded Twister in a room full of landmines. And don't even get us started on the concept of Kabedon, wall slam, where a guy will abruptly slam his hand against a wall to pin his love interest in place. Up next, we dive into the murky waters of the Japanese workplace and the thorny issue of romance on the job. In Japan, office romances are pretty common, but they come with a whole set of unspoken rules and etiquette. For instance, many companies have strict policies against coworkers dating, so couples often have to keep their relationships a secret. It's like a real-life game of Clue, only with more heartbreak and fewer candlesticks. And if that wasn't complicated enough, let's talk about the phenomenon of herbivore men in Japan. Yes, you heard that right. Herbivore men is a term used to describe a growing number of young Japanese men who are choosing to reject traditional masculine roles and instead focus on their own hobbies and interests. So how does this relate to romance and relationships? Well, it means that many Japanese women are finding themselves frustrated with the lack of eligible bachelors. It's like a dating desert out there, and the ladies are left wondering, where have all the good men gone? But fear not, my friends, because Japanese women are nothing if not resourceful. Enter the world of host clubs, and the fascinating phenomenon of hostesses. These clubs are basically the ultimate fantasy land for Japanese women, where they can pay handsome men to be their temporary boyfriends. It's like a buffet of male attention, and the ladies are feasting like they're on their last meal. And here's the kicker. Many of these hostesses aren't just looking for a little male attention. They're also looking for a way to escape the stress of the daily lives. So why are these ladies so stressed out? Well, for one thing, Japanese women are expected to do it all, have a successful career, be a perfect wife and mother, and still look like a supermodel while they're at it. It's like they've been handed the ultimate juggling act, and they're expected to do it with a smile and a perfectly manicured hand. But fear not, my friends, because Japanese women are masters of multitasking. They can handle a board meeting, a PTA meeting, and a nail appointment all in the same day. Now let's delve into the fascinating world of love hotels. These hotels are exactly what they sound like. Hotels for couples to go and, express their love, in private. But it's not just about romance. Love hotels are also a popular destination for couples who are looking for some privacy away from the crowded apartments or nosy parents. In fact, many of these hotels are designed with anonymity in mind, with hidden entrances and underground parking to protect the couple's identities. It's like a James Bond movie, only with more cuddling and less explosions. Moving on from love hotels, let's talk about one of the most fascinating aspects of Japanese relationships, the concept of kawaii, or cuteness. You might be thinking, what does that have to do with romance? Well, in Japan, kawaii isn't just about cute animals and Hello Kitty plushies, it's also a key component in many romantic relationships. Many Japanese couples use cute nicknames, make heart-shaped gestures, and generally act like love-struck puppies in public. But wait, there's more. In Japan, it's not uncommon for couples to celebrate their relationship milestones with special anniversary gifts. And I'm not talking about a nice dinner or a bouquet of flowers. Oh no, these gifts are specific to the anniversary and must be given on the exact day. For example, On the 100th day of a relationship, couples often exchange something made of paper, like a handwritten note or a paper crane. And at 200 days, the gift is usually something made of wood, like a wooden figurine or a wooden carving. Now let's move on to the other side of the love spectrum, breakups. In Japan, breaking up is just as complicated as dating. First of all, ghosting is not really a thing in Japan. Instead, couples usually have a breakup talk, where they discuss their reasons for wanting to end the relationship. But here's where it gets weird. After the breakup, some couples will continue to hang out as breakup buddies. They'll go on friendly dates, watch movies, and even exchange gifts, all while still being broken up. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about Parasite singles. These are adults in their 20s and 30s who still live with their parents, often because they can't afford to move out or because they're still trying to figure out the careers. And while you might think this would be a major turn-off for potential romantic partners, in Japan, it's actually not that uncommon. In fact, many Japanese women find the idea of a man living at home with his parents to be kind of charming. Now let's delve into the murky waters of Gaijin hunters. These are Japanese women who are attracted to foreign men, often because they're interested in experiencing a different culture or because they're looking for a more masculine partner. But here's the catch. Many Gaijin hunters are only interested in a fling or a casual relationship. So if you're a foreign guy looking for love in Japan, be aware that you might just be a Gaijin trophy to some ladies. And now, let's explore one of the most mind-boggling aspects of Japanese relationships, the Baishun, or compensated dating, phenomenon. This is when young women, usually high school or college students, go on paid dates with older men for money or gifts. It's a controversial topic in Japan, with many people arguing that it's a form of prostitution. But others argue that it's just a way for young women to make some extra cash and gain some independence from their families. Moving on from the complex world of Baishun, let's dive into the equally complex world of host clubs, once again. Host clubs are not just for women looking for some temporary male attention. They're also a popular spot for gay and bisexual men to meet and mingle. And while homosexuality is still a bit of a taboo in Japan, host clubs provide a safe and accepting space for these men to explore their sexuality and find potential partners. It's like the Underground Railroad of love, only with better hair and a fancier dress code. But it's not just the LGBTQ+ community that's finding love in unconventional places. The herbivore men are also changing the dating game. Many of these men are choosing to reject traditional masculine roles and instead embrace their feminine side. They're often more empathetic, sensitive, and nurturing than their more macho counterparts. This shift in traditional gender roles is creating a new type of relationship in Japan, where men and women are more equal and supportive of each other. Let's move on to one of the most unique aspects of Japanese relationships, the role of matchmaking. In Japan, matchmaking is still a very popular way to meet potential romantic partners. There are professional matchmakers who help young people find suitable partners based on things like education, career, and even blood type. Yes, really. And it's not just young people who use matchmakers. Many middle-aged and older people also rely on these services to find companionship. And there you have it, folks. Our wild and wacky journey through the world of Japanese relationships has come to an end. From herbivore men to Gaijin hunters, we've explored some of the most fascinating and complex aspects of love and dating in Japan. So the next time you're feeling down about your own love life, just remember that somewhere in Japan, there's a woman trying to impress her boyfriend by making a heart-shaped bento box, and a man trying to win over his date by slamming his hand against a wall.